Hey, what's up? It's your man, The White Shadow, DJ Bedz, B to the E to the D to the Z. Right now, you're checking out the Misinformed podcast. Act like you know what's going on. Radio Bums crew, let's go!
Yo, what is going down, y'all? It's the Misinformed podcast. I am Thomas the Franchise. Sitting across from me this week, my man, Johnny Chill.
What up?
So across from me as well, Travioli. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Doing good, man. Good to
And
be
our
here.
guest this week, man, the White Shadow himself, DJ Bedz. What's going on, bro?
I'm doing great. What's up,
man?
guys?
Good to see you.
Thank you for
Appreciate you.
inviting me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really cool. We're out here in Pepsi Center doing the podcast. It's not live for you guys, but we are here live in the flesh at Pepsi Center. DJ Bedz is the official team DJ of the Denver Nuggets. DJs all the games, home games. So you're here every single home game.
Yes, over the last 14 years, I think I've missed 3 games.
Wild. So if you do miss,
That's quite
if
the
you,
attendance record.
Yes.
so you were sick on those games, or
Actually, scheduling conflicts, I had to do NBA All-Star stuff during that
Got
time,
you.
so I've
Okay.
never missed a game because of health.
wow? And who fills in for you, or you know quite a bit in advance, I guess. So it's
Yeah, we
easier
have a
to-
gentleman who does the avalanche DJing, and so in an emergency, he'll hop in and help us out.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Very fresh.
So you've been doing it 14 years?
Correct.
How'd you actually get the job? That seems like obviously a
A
dream
logical
job. but-
place to start. Yeah, man, like it's hard to even remember this long ago, but about 15 years ago, I was a weekend mixer at KS 107.5, and
Oh, okay.
I'm very good friends with DJ Chones, and a lot of guys in that crew. Radio Bums is
Right,
my
right.
is my circle of
Yeah,
guys.
shout out to Chones. He's,
Yeah, Chones
that's a good
Chones is
dude,
the
man.
Hefe. So he was actually the Nuggets DJ of the year before I entered as the DJ. He was actually here
Got you. Yeah.
doing essentially what I do in the year 2001, 2002, I think.
Okay.
He didn't love it. The team that was the team that won like 10
Right,
games.
right.
Like,
Right.
you know, it was kind of rough. He didn't have a good time.
Old
He's-
uniforms.
He's not exactly
yeah.
the old McDice,
Yeah,
Van Exel
exactly.
colors.
Yeah, yeah.
He was not really a
Tony
basketball
O.
guy either. So he came to me. I was sort of like second in command at that time at KS as far as like mixers were concerned.
yeah.
He's like, "Hey man, would you have any interest?" And I said, "Of course."
Crazy.
Like, please.
Is he ever mad at you now?
No, you know, I think
Like, oh hey, remember
He's
that? I
also
just
right.
gave you that sick gig.
I mean, I think initially when the team went from being horrible to being relevant, you know, because they drafted Carmelo and changed
Right,
the
of course,
colors
yeah.
and did all that, he was like, wow, you know, of course,
Let me get
Murphy's
tickets.
Law.
Right.
Yeah,
Some tickets.
Right.
exactly. But no, he, I think, knew that I would appreciate working, you know, musical basketball capacity a lot more than he would. So I think he was happy for me.
That's wild. I mean, if I was challenged, I'd not necessarily like I wouldn't be happy for my friend, but like, what did I just do? Like, what did I just
Dream
give
gig,
up?
just handed.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess off that, is this the full? So this is a full-time gig for you, but do you have to do other things to supplement income? Are you still DJing at clubs and parties and other stuff?
No, Nuggets in and of itself is definitely not enough.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. You could probably relate to this in some level as artists in a different
Totally.
capacity. Like, you know, you sort of just gotta take from here, take from there, take from everywhere. And so I'm the man with 5 million
Yeah,
part-time
hustles,
gigs,
exactly. Right.
essentially.
Right.
So yeah, there's other sports teams involved. There's the radio stations involved. There's club gigs. There's corporate gigs. There's put it in a
Sure.
pot and stir it and pay your mortgage somehow is kind of how I look at it. But
Hey, let me ask you, how do you feel doing that type of work as opposed to just working a regular job?
oh,
I mean, is it?
I am completely and totally aware of how fortunate I am. I don't take it for granted for a second.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
I know that I'm someone who gets to essentially play music and talk for a living, and you'd be nuts to like not be aware that you're an extremely lucky person to be able
Right.
to do that for a living.
Right.
So
because some people out there don't mind having, being in a situation where they know what they got to do every day. It's set up for them. They come home. They don't have to think too much. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not like that, but it's interesting to hear how having your whole time is completely taken up by all your part-time gigs, but you love it.
sure, and I can understand how someone might be a little resistant to that volatility. They might want a little more security. You know, obviously, in a more practical sense, you know, health insurance, you know, a 401k, those types of things that don't come along with our industry typically are things you have to consider when you're making that trade-off in your mind. But, you know,
Yeah.
just to essentially be a happy, well-adjusted human being who loves what they do, I think that's worth just about any amount of, you know, money for me personally.
In a work week, how many hours do you say you put in?
Oh, God. I mean, the radio station app for me, Flo 107.1, is in 8 a.m. That guy's loud. 8 a.m. to about...
I know. I was gonna say, if you didn't think we were live at Pepsi Center, you damn sure about to find out.
We got like a high
we're
school
live.
tournament or something going on out here, but
8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. at the radio station every day. So that's, what, 8 hours? times 5, that's 40 right there, and then you mix in everything else, whether it be the clubs or the sports teams. I don't know, maybe 60, 70, 80. I don't know.
Pushing 100. We'll say pushing 100.
But at the same time, though, when you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, maybe the years you've been doing it starts to wear on you after a certain period of time, but I feel like if you're doing something you enjoy, it doesn't matter. Like, I know if I didn't have to work a regular job, but I was doing everything I enjoy, the hours wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like, oh, man, I'm stuck here at this regular job doing that.
I bet you appreciate naps a little more, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm starting to get up there in age, so I don't deprive myself of sleep by any means, but yeah, I have to definitely schedule
no
my
doubt,
life
no doubt.
around getting that sleep.
That's a good point as far as age. Now, you just got married.
I'm about to, yes.
Oh, you're about to get married.
Yes.
Okay. So recently, you've been with your lady how long now?
2.5 years. So,
2.5 years. Okay. Do you think because of the way you live life and the way you pursuing your career and your passion, do you think that's why it's taken you so long to find somebody that could really deal with that, could deal with the schedule, could deal with the grind, could deal with all the stuff that you do? Or was it just not the right woman wasn't out there, you know?
That's a good question, and I could probably even ask you guys the same thing and see what you think. But yeah, for a lot of years, I think whether it was conscious or subconscious or otherwise, I was prioritizing my career, and I don't regret it on any level. Obviously, it was enriching and awesome, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But yeah, I'm sure there's no question that came at the expense of my personal life on some level, and so maybe you finally reach that point where you very naturally begin to reassess your priorities and allocate time and energy for other things, and maybe I'm finally at that point. But yeah, it's a good question.
How does she feel about it? How does she feel about everything? How does she deal with the time? You obviously got to.
Well, as I was saying, like
she's got to split her time.
You do actually, I think, eventually meet the right kind of person, and we're so incredibly compatible in that way, where she understands and she likes the fact also that she has space and I have space, you know, to be ourselves when we're away from one another, and so it actually works out very well.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you happen to take your wife with you to Rio when you went for the Olympics?
I did not.
Did they allow you to take a guess?
I
or
wouldn't
no?
either.
No,
They didn't even give you the option.
I would have said regardless, like, oh no, you can't go. They said I can't bring you.
You know,
I'm going to Brazil.
Let's talk about that for a second, though. So you were fortunate enough to go to Brazil and be the official NBA DJ for the Olympics.
well, semantically, it's not technically NBA related.
Okay.
Team
You
USA.
know,
Okay.
Right.
Well,
so
okay.
the Olympic Committee, you know, obviously has their own agendas and does things in cooperation with entities like the NBA. But it was an Olympic event, obviously, and so I DJ'd all the men's and some women's basketball games while I was out there.
Super dope.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hey man, shout out to you. I know you rocked a fam track for the Paralympics.
Yeah, I know, and I sent you guys the picture and
Appreciate
everything.
that, yes sir.
I don't know if you heard that. Will you run that back, Johnny, real quick?
Yeah, the fam.
What did he do?
I Got a Feeling from the 3 Project.
Yep.
Yes,
Got
sir.
played in Rio for the Paralympics.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's
It
give it
was
up for that.
beautiful.
Let's give it up for that. Played in the Olympics, baby.
Hey, not
Do
many
you-
people can say that.
Do you remember what event it was when you played it?
I mean, I was doing about 3 or 4 games a day for 3-4 weeks at a time, so it became a little blurry.
Okay,
To
fair
be
enough.
honest
fair
with you,
enough.
I could lie to you.
Lots of butts
You know,
inside.
Argentina versus China, you know, women's Paralympics. I don't know. It's all a blur. But I played it, and I remember,
That's what I'm talking
and I
about.
got you guys.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. We
were
appreciate
out
it.
there 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's
What's that?
You were out there the whole 2 weeks?
I was out there for both the Olympics and the Paralympics, which
Oh, so months, I guess, right?
it was essentially 2 months with minor
Oh,
interruptions.
super
Yeah,
dope.
not as much of a fantasy as like you were alluding to. Not as much of a fantasy as you would imagine. It was more just like a grind.
2 months.
How much free time did you have out there?
Not much.
Not much?
I mean, we were in the
Wild.
arena like 8-10 hours a day.
Damn, I guess, yeah, damn.
What do
Yeah.
you mean minor interruptions? What do you like?
Like a little break
and
to come
DJ?
back home, or
Right, there was that grace period of coming back home for about a week and a half in between the Olympics
gotcha,
and the
okay.
Paralympics.
So you had to make that flight.
Oh yeah.
You know, back. Okay.
how long is
Wow.
that? How long of a flight?
I mean, it's it's not direct, so between all of the connections, I don't know, it's like 17 hours in the air or something.
Hopefully you had
Yeah.
4
comfortable
times
seating
technically?
arrangements.
No, just the good sleeping pills.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
There
no
you go.
doubt.
You get to make it to the beach at all?
A little bit. I went to
times.
the Ipanema beach, like the girl from Ipanema there. All that.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. I mean,
That's
they
cool.
got guys making sand castles that look like women's, buttocks and prostate.
Yes.
I know I can swear. I'm just so used to being on,
Arse.
FM
They're
radio
asses.
that
Yeah,
I just censor myself.
Sand
But-
asses.
No, I mean it was exactly. There were sand asses people.
Sand assholes.
and lots of them. And well manicured sand asses, and it was quite a production. Quite a production. It was cool.
Speaking of radio, you said you're on 107.1 now.
Yes.
So you went 107.5. I remember that was a really big deal because I was big in the hip hop scene, and that was the whole Rocktober time where Rocktober was popping off, and I was in with 107.5 and Chones and Johnny Cage and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then you left there, and I remember that was such a big deal for them. They were just like, oh man, for some reason everyone thought it was like super disrespectful and all this stuff. Is kind of what I was hearing. I was like, the guy just got a better opportunity. Like, I don't know if you didn't feel like you could grow at 107.5 or what.
No, I never held any ill will towards anyone because of that situation. But I mean, just simply put, at that time, I was given the opportunity to do some mixing for XM radio.
Okay, yeah.
And so
I remember that the White Shadow radio on Shade 45 or
it was it was actually before they merged as a conglomerate.
Okay.
So XM was separate from Sirius at this point. So it was 66 Raw.
Okay.
Very similar to Shade 45.
Yeah.
And I had a mixed show that I could do whatever I wanted on that ran nationally, and it was a great opportunity. And they happened to view that as a conflict of interest, and so they sort of gave me the choice to say, do you want to stay with us or do you want to go do this? And it wasn't a matter of betrayal or disrespect or anything. I just thought it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. So
I never understand that, how people just, I don't know, because I remember. So wait, you went from 107.5 to XM first,
correct?
Then to 107.1.
Yes, back when it was the other incarnation of it was Top 40 Hot 107.1.
Hot 107.1. Yep, exactly.
Right, and unlike KS, they didn't have an issue with me doing both, and so they didn't perceive it as a conflict of interest. So I could do both.
Right.
So it wasn't meant to be screw you, KS 107.5. I'm out of here. It was just sort of the way that it played out, given their interpretation of what perceived conflict of interest would be. So
I remember,
that's how it went
was it
down.
Jerry Dixon at that time, I think was the program director over there at Hot 107.1?
He was definitely on the air. Tim Miller, Tim Marinville.
That's right.
Tim Marinville was the PD, and Jerry was also very involved in the music and on the air and stuff.
I do remember Tim now because I went in for an interview there, to do a show there, and then I ended up going and taking a sports talk radio gig and doing that for 2 years instead. And same thing like you talked about, there's just no money. There's not a lot of money in radio. It's very tough to make money doing radio. We did for 2 years, we did a 1 to 3 drive time show Monday through Friday. And it's like, how are you going to live off $26,000 a year or whatever they're paying? You just can't, So I still had to do another, almost full-time job. I was working 30 some hours the other job. Then I was doing the radio. And it's not just you're on the air 1 to 3 every day. You're waking up doing the preparation for sports talk, doing the preparation.
Especially sports talk.
Exactly. It was crazy. And so I can totally relate as far as having to have all these multiple hustles and all these different eggs in one basket. But then you left 107.1 and went to 95.7 The Party. Is
Correct.
That right?
Yeah, no, it's a little confusing, but maybe after 3 or 4 years with Hot 107.1, at that point, I established myself a little bit more in traditional top 40 radio, and that I think was appealing to the Party.
Gotcha.
Because obviously they're a top 40 station, and Deuce, I don't know if you are friends with Deuce. No, Deuce, he was an intern at KS back in the day. He helped produce the morning show for Larry and Kathy and Kendall, and he was the guy that did that Holiday Inn song. I don't know if you remember this. It was like it was like meant to insult Kobe Bryant. It was like he made like this parody song like Kobe's Holiday Inn. And it got so popular they played it like a regular rotation.
Out Kobe.
Anyway,
I don't mess with that.
That's my guy David, who eventually came back to Denver and was the program director of Party. So we were boys. He liked me, I liked him, and it was a good fit.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to do a little more and be on a slightly bigger station. And so
instead of just mixing, you had kind of had your own show where you were talking, you were in charge.
And that's been a bit of a progression for me over the years. I mean, it's taken 15 years to happen, but in order to be sustainable in that industry, you got to sort of do different things and grow. And so over the years, I developed a personality, and I think that was appealing to the Party because I could mix, I could do shifts, I could do whatever they needed.
For sure.
Super dope.
What happened there, though?
At the Party?
Why are you not there anymore?
Well, I'm not really a bridge burner. I'm a pretty, tight B, nice.
Yeah. You seem like it.
I'm a diplomatic human being. I'm not really just out to ruffle people's feathers, and it's very similar to the other situation. I just got another offer that I couldn't refuse. As much as I loved Party, I was still a part-time employee. I was still, making mixed shows and doing fill-in shifts, and it was wonderful. Loved it to death, but when Flo came knocking and said, hey, we want to put you on middays, we want to give you a salary, we want to feature you, it
What
was
can you
sort
do?
of
No
the
brainer.
offer you can't refuse. And the format,
Brando
too, is
offer.
so fun. Like, I get to play Tupac and Biggie all day. Like, you
Right,
know,
right,
it's
right.
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
it's
Yes,
really
sir. I think we
a
sent
dream
you some
job.
MC8
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
A
Shot your
couple
MC8
things.
in the
That's
Gmail.
right. I couldn't find a clean version of Straight Up Menace. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Forgot about that.
So I gotta ask you, how did you? What made you want to become a DJ? Were you born here? Are you from Denver?
I was a Boulder kid. I grew up in Boulder
Okay, all right.
and went to school in LA. But I mean, I was just into hip hop, passionate about hip hop. I was a kid that spent his $10 allowance every week going to the warehouse and getting a cassette tape and
For sure.
Sam Goody, and and I have 500 tapes in my garage to this day. So I was, passionate, white kid growing up, submerging himself in hip hop. And so by the time I got to college, my mother was like, "Hey, would you want?" Didn't even ask for it. She just bought it for me. Christmas.
What?
She got me a turntable. She got me a
Moms.
Technique.
Wow.
Shout out to Mom
Wow,
Dukes.
that's
Right.
a technique too. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
like
it
some,
wasn't cheap. That's
Right.
like
She did some-
depending on where you get it, $400 or $500.
She did some research
bucks.
too. She didn't just buy you
Right.
like, oh, they have
Right.
this little thing that you can mix around on, like most moms. Like that's
Right.
a cool mom
Yeah.
like, technique.
Yeah, so she kind of read into my passions. I was a music major in college, so I actually was classically trained pianist. I don't know if anybody,
Dope. I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
anybody
I
knows
didn't
that
know
about me, but I,
Okay.
have
Yeah.
a formal degree in music composition from
So
undergrad.
did you ever produce beats? Did you ever make
I
beats?
kind
or-
of messed around in college. I never really
Got deep into it.
sharpened my teeth and got good enough to where I would share it with anybody. But I did a lot of that in college. Yeah, we had a little studio in the corner of the music quad, and I would lock myself in there and make horrible hip hop
Right,
beats.
right.
And it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, she just knew I loved music, loved hip hop. Thought a turntable would be a great present. I eventually got a second turntable, obviously, and did a few like frat parties, sorority parties. Nothing big, just for fun. Again, spending my last $10 I had on getting doubles or whatever. 12-inch was hot that day.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first got paid to DJ?
Yeah, it was a thing where we did a party for the residence hall I lived in, and I think I got
This was in college.
This is in college, so we had enough equipment. Me and my buddy had pieced together a little makeshift DJ setup, and he had 2 speakers and a mixer, and I had
Yeah.
the turntables, and we had a crate of records.
Right.
It was called Play That Funky Music, White Boy or something, and we got $150. I don't know, but it was awesome.
Still dope.
Hell yeah.
Were you DJ Bedz from the inception? Did you ever have another DJ name you started out with, or a couple of them? Or?
It's kind of weird. My friends have always called me Bedz as a nickname, just because of my last name being Bednark. So I was always Bedz. So when it came time to adopt a DJ persona, it just made sense to.
We were talking. I was talking about that earlier. How I had a rap name back in the day, Logic Ill, and I thought, right. So I thought eventually came, and I was like, yo, right. That's what I'm getting at. So I was like, yo, that's mad corny that I just came up with my own name, and I hated being called that. I hated being like at a party, you'd see someone you wouldn't know, and they'd be like, yo, Logic Gill, what's up? I'd be like, oh, hell no. And so, so eventually I ended up just going by my name. I just go by Travis, whatever. But that's funny because you go by how much realer can you get just going by your name?
Yeah.
But you go by what people actually call you, not something you made up to
Right.
get people to call you.
I think that's
know
what
I
you
mean?
have to do, especially in hip hop. Like,
Yeah.
to kinda,
Yeah.
It has to.
But so many people make
it has
up their
to be
names.
organic, or else it just doesn't feel real. And hip hop's all about the realness. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think
I'm-
it should be.
Yeah, and I'm just sort of a normalish type of guy
Right.
who isn't necessarily about portraying myself as something I'm not.
Right.
I'm
Right,
just
right.
like I was sort of saying before, just the white kid that
Enjoys
loves
hip-hop.
hip hop,
Yeah.
and so to me, it's being a little more less
doubt.
flashy in that capacity is more befitting to my personality.
So how do you feel about this whole change to completely digital? You probably come from where you had cases of records or crates.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, I try to not be the curmudgeon.
Right.
I think I get embarrassed by some of my peers who are just stuck in the mud.
the button pushes.
My
You
era,
ain't playing vinyl,
my
you
era
would-
was better than your era.
yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
okay,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
validate their own existence by discount. I'm not that guy.
Right.
I think technology is necessary. I think if you utilize it properly, it's you can take art and elevate it to another level. But one thing I know for sure is that it costs a lot of money to start DJing in my era.
Right.
I mean, just in a nuts and bolts kind of a way, just the fact that there was no way around it. You had to spend $500 a piece on your techs, and you had to buy a mixer, and you had to, if you wanted a song,
Buy records
you had to walk
constantly.
down to the damn Wax Tracks and spend $5.99 to buy it, So
Wax tracks. I don't even know what that is. What is wax tracks?
I don't either.
Wax Tracks is still around.
Wax
Is it?
Tracks is the one that's right by
Until I do not DJ. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like on 6th or 8th or as you're on the outskirts of downtown over there. That was the retail
Wax
spot for
Tracks,
vinyl back in
fool.
the day. So it was such a labor of love, and especially if you're a broke-ass college kid, like, you'd spend literally every cent you had just because you wanted to DJ.
On a fly record.
So
Right.
it's a little different now that you can like get somebody's MP3 collection and a controller and start DJing sort of overnight. And I think that's great. Like, I wish I had that option, to be honest with you. I'm not like trying to discount it or be dismissive. I think it's awesome. I just know that I went through all these rites of passages just to be able to actually even be able to play a party. So when I see it come so easily now, I'm like, God, I wish I had that kind of like privilege to be able to do that. But beyond that, I definitely don't look down my nose at guys like.
Good for you.
Oh, you're a button pusher, like
different
these
generation.
guys that do some of this stuff with these MIDI controllers and they're assigning the tracks to, like, you know, the way that some of the battle DJing is going now, where that's part of the. It's incredible. It blows my mind. Like, those guys are creative to the nth degree.
You know Shake One?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know Shake forever.
Yeah, obviously great battle DJ, you know.
Of course.
I know Shake just through a couple other mutual friends, and we became cool, and we just kind of messed around a little bit together with different music stuff. But he's doing stuff live now with the violinist, and I've hosted some parties up in Aspen and different places with him. Really, really cool, and he's hardcore into the battle stuff, like you said, you know. And it's just such a different game than when you go watch someone just spin or play a club, and he kind of does both, you know.
Yeah, he's versatile and he can do it all. I mean, I'm actually renting Shake's party van for my wedding.
Yeah. He's got a party van that's going. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, so he's going to be driving around the pairs that night up in Blackhawk. But that's neither here nor there. Shake's the man, and the implementation of technology in an artistic way is super incredible. I think it's impressive. I admire the hell out of these guys that really do it and do it well. So
don't shut the youngsters out.
Right.
Vince, are you a big sports fan?
Oh yeah.
Is that how you kind of transitioned into like?
No, like basketball and music were essentially my passions as a young man. You know, I played a little ball in college. You know. So
okay, that's what I wanted to get at. Yeah, you played college ball.
That's part of why Jones knew that I'd be so passionate about this job if I were to get it, because it was like the combination of the two things I liked the most. It's just. Yeah, I came to games here in the Pepsi Center, not the Pepsi, the McNichols in the '80s, and watched Alex English and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm a diehard. I'm a sports guy.
And then, so it's Pepsi Center now, and there was didn't you win like a Pepsi competition or something like that? I googled that shit.
Story.
I did my Googles,
you guys did your research. Yeah. All right, this is kind of a funny story. There was this thing called the Pepsi Superstar DJ competition.
What year was this?
2008, I think.
Okay.
2009.
Oh, see? Right. I don't even know what day it is, so I'm glad I have someone to fact check. Alternative facts. All right, so I end this thing, and it's just like, you know, become the next Pepsi Superstar DJ. Okay, sure. So you make a little mix, you submit it, and they pick regional finalists. Okay, I was chosen as a regional finalist, so I got to go to LA, like basically kind of do a battle against these guys. So it's primarily West Coast DJs, me and some LA guys, a few Bay guys. And it's more like a DJ battle.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you get up there for 5 minutes and do whatever you can. So I won that. So then as the representative of like the LA region, it then became like this online vote where I had to battle the Chicago guy and the New York guy and the Miami guy, whatever. When it was all said and done, though, I hustled enough online votes to actually win the damn thing, right? So that was cool.
That's the hardest part.
Pepsi, too. I mean, that's not...
Votes.
Well, and I thought it was going to be this life-altering, life-changing thing, because at the time, Pepsi had just implemented a DJ division. And they had guys like Khaled and Clinton Sparks and big deal DJs, you know. And I was like, and as nearly as I understood it, I was to become the honorary member of this DJ conglomerate, right? So I'm like, this is it. Let's go.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And almost immediately, Pepsi like disbanded its urban marketing department.
Wow.
So like, I put in all this effort and just nearly killed myself to win this damn contest. And I was like, I'm gonna be DJ Khaled now. And
do you walk in here every day, look up at the Pepsi sign, just salty?
Oh, man.
What was the prize? Was there any kind of prize or anything? Did you get any cash prize?
I got like some free Pepsi hoodies. They had like a merchandise thing that they did for a while.
12 packs in the garage.
Yeah, no. That's not true. I did win like a DJ setup. I won a couple techs and a ring, so that was nice.
Do you use them though, or did you just?
Oh yeah.
You don't wear the ring.
Oh man. Yeah.
Why are you calling people out? Nobody can see that.
I know.
I don't have a ring
I
yet.
got to speak to the people. I got to let them know what's going on. And yes, they can
He
see
used
it.
to wear the ring. He took it off. He's making room for the real one.
Okay,
no,
okay.
that's
See,
more
I
my
fuck with that.
fiance is. She's got to get me the ring, but she's
Oh,
working on it.
Yeah.
She's working on it.
She's working. No, but yeah, the Pepsi division thing was funny because I thought it was going to be like this incredible
Right.
opportunity, and then it was kind of like, wow.
That's wild.
Well, I
They
would have
just
assumed so.
disbanded
I mean, Pepsi, you would assume so too.
Yeah, but they just, like you said,
They were
some companies, they
Yeah.
just.
They experiment with this, they experiment with that, and they were like
Right.
testing the waters to see if that would be a viable thing for them. And it apparently the powers that be felt that it wasn't, and they're like,
Who is there a good top company to be with right now as far as DJs that really take care of them and
I don't know.
can
I
be
mean,
set
as
for
far
life?
as like a booking entity, as far as like guys that do like the Vegas club circuit and stuff, you have like the scam artist guys. Those guys are pretty darn big deal.
Right. What do you mean the scam artist guys?
There's an entity called Scam Artists, and it's a group of DJs who do a lot of like the very, very high level, Vegas residency type stuff, and they make a killing.
Right.
Okay.
Because they're very reputable, very.
Why do they go by that name? That
Scam
name's-
artists
I
making
know.
a killing.
I would not trust those guys.
They've done a good job though over the years building up their brand and doing what they do. So yeah, if you're in that circle, you're doing just fine.
So have you ever wanted to get into that EDM scene and all the stuff that's going on today and really push that level of DJing or no?
Again to the notion of being authentic.
Just not you. You're a
I'm
hip-hop guy.
adaptable. If top 40 grows and changes over the years, I'll grow and change along with it.
Right.
It's not like when Pitbull and Flo Rida and Rihanna 128 beat per minute songs started getting hot that I resisted it.
Right.
Like I'll go along with everything. And I like playing a certain amount of club music to a certain degree, but I would be disingenuous to try to become this guy who's doing raves and at Red Rocks and like
next
fist
Dead
pumping
Mouse.
and
For sure,
shit. And
for
like,
sure.
That's
Right.
just not who I am. And furthermore, I'm not really a producer, nor do I fancy myself as one. And that's a little more
No doubt.
Right, that angle.
what's going on in that world. So yeah,
We've talked a lot about the Nuggets and Pepsi Center and all that stuff, but you're also the Denver Broncos team DJ.
Broncos.
yes,
Which is
I've heard
wild.
of
How
them.
did that come about? And did they even have a DJ before you?
That was kind of something I did on my own because I really
just networked
harassed
and
those
reached
guys.
out.
Like probably 10 years before I even got considered, I was just in their ear with like, "Hey, you guys want to have a DJ?"
Yeah. So you knew the right people to talk to?
I would have too.
And I was trying my
Yeah.
best, and I had a few connections, and it turned out my best connection. And see, this is good stuff. This is good, like behind the scenes stuff. The connection that really panned out for me was that I'm boys with the makeup artist for the Broncos cheerleaders.
No way.
Wow.
So,
Wait, the makeup artist is a guy?
yeah.
I was just about to say your
No
boys.
way.
Yeah,
You guys
he's
are
this
boys?
dude I know. I've known it. His name's Cedric. I've known him since like the 90s.
Wow.
We're just really good
Shout out
friends.
to Cedric.
Cedric Allison is
Killing the
like,
man.
and he does crazy makeup shit. Like he goes into like other countries and gets paid, like
That guy.
obscene amounts of money to do makeup.
do
so,
yeah.
so he's the man. But anyway, he's been with the Broncos for like 25 years, and he was all, there's a certain amount of crossover within the department of the cheerleaders working entertainment, the people that make musical decisions working entertainment. So he was always just beating him down on my
Wow.
behalf. Beds. And so they finally just kind of gave me a chance 4
Did they
years
hit you up?
ago.
They just hit you up with the call, or
You know,
did you have to go in and interview? Or
I,
like,
I
"Oh,
did
show
go
us
and
what
sit
you
in
do,"
and
or-
just so they knew that I was,
yeah, legit, good for the brand. Not gonna be in
right.
there cussing up a
Because
storm or
the
whatever.
Broncos, that's some serious stuff.
No doubt.
As far as brand affiliation is concerned in this region, like.
So you're saying-
that's
you're
about
saying
as
the-
well as you can do.
Yeah, that's huge.
No doubt.
And then you got, and I seen Jones was just doing some games. Was that?
That's why I was at the Olympics. Because I
Okay.
would see it all paid back, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Pay it
I was in the
forward. That's
Olympics,
fresh.
and after all those things that Jones did for me, I thought it was good to give him
That's
the
cool.
opportunity to do some Bronco stuff. So
And he's a huge Broncos fan, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I just seen
Yeah.
a picture of him, and it looked like
yeah.
he was just smiling ear to ear, like.
oh
it was,
yeah,
You know what I mean?
when
Like,
you're in that moment, you look up, you're like, I'm in Mile High Stadium, and I'm playing you like this. It's a little surreal.
yeah.
It's a little surreal. So
I
yeah,
bet.
that's been going on for 4 years, and it's basically just a
That
dedicated.
seems like the quickest 4 years, because I remember when you got that job, I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
Did they ever even have a DJ? I don't remember even have a DJ or anything like that.
Create your position.
You came along, it feels like it was yesterday.
Well,
4 years.
And they've had a DJ who plays music during the game
Right.
forever, obviously.
Yeah.
But they incorporated the element of like a DJ who spins,
Right.
plays a little bit more like urban type records for the players specifically during the warm up, and that was the position they created for me. So
Gotcha.
it's been good.
So you don't play it during the game?
Nope.
You specifically just play
It's
during
like
warm
players come out during
Pre-game.
warm ups. I got a whole bunch of requests from the players. They put out like little sheets in the locker room of what do you want to hear?
Yeah.
And I'm Von Miller and I want to hear OT Genesis or whatever. I just sit there and I compile the songs and I try to find clean versions and
You played. I got a feeling at one of the pre-games too. So
Absolutely,
Yes,
see?
sir.
I double up.
And
That's
so,
my
yeah, I have a little
supportive
creative
man right
liberty,
here.
Little creative
Pay
liberty
attention,
to, like,
DJs.
pick my spots when I'm able to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more or less player request driven. It's really about what like Vaughn and Demarius and those guys want.
That's
So-
cool.
And then I got one last question. What's next? You got anything next goal-wise where you want to reach or?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's a long-term corporate incarnation of my job, and eventually I have to stop being the laborer and more be the delegator. You know whatever that means. But just even the stuff I've done recently, whether it be like get more into radio, where it's sitting down and talking in front of a mic, as opposed to just going to the club and killing myself, you know, until 3 a.m. every weekend. It's maybe a little less of that and a little more of the other type of stuff. But I don't know. I'm just sort of in the moment guy.
Yeah.
Which
Kids
is-
or anything on the horizon then?
I mean, my fiance has a child from a prior relationship,
Okay.
and so I've sort of been, raising a kid.
yeah.
Since
That's
they
a good introduction.
moved-
That's a
no,
nice-
it's the
a
best
nice-
thing, and he's like
yeah.
7 years old, so it's like there's no like poop
Yeah.
and like crying and stuff.
That's a good introduction.
He's just like a
you
little
know what?
man.
I might want one of these.
Introduction to kids.
Things
right?
aren't
You gotta
bad.
get to-
Right.
No, it's perfect. He's like a little man. I just gotta hang out with him and play with him, and it's awesome. So yes,
That's cool.
I've embraced it.
That's really cool. Well, we would love to have you back on. We're kind of limited on time here with your
The man's
schedule
got
and
meetings.
stuff we got
Gotta
to do.
talk.
But we would love to definitely have you back on, man, and so we could talk more and chop it up again in the future.
No, that was cool. Anytime.
Anything you want to plug?
Oh,
Just wherever you're at,
geez,
wherever
I
we
just-
can find you at.
More or less just my social media, my website. DJBedz.co is my website. Not .com, mind you, because some Japanese company stole my handle.
Son of a-
Because I forgot to renew. I was
Oh,
horrible.
GoDaddy, you just like
Yeah, dude.
If you go to DJBedz.com
He's
right
all
now,
been waiting for this to open up for years.
and I've been trying to buy it back, and they won't respond. Anyway,
Oh wow.
the point is, if you want to go to DJBDZ.co, then that would be awesome. And then DJ Bedz is also my social media handle for pretty much everything. So
Dope. And they can hear you on Flow 107.1.
Yes.
What time's the show?
middays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Monday through Friday.
Dope, man. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show, man. And Fam Crew, what do you guys have to plug?
Ooh, really just Fan Fridays. Keep checking our Instagram for About Making Music. And keep up with this damn podcast.
Yeah, thefam.com, FAMM. Make sure you check us. Like I said, we do a Fam Friday every week. Every Friday we drop a verse. Every Tuesday we put out the beat for that week. So
Nice.
if you know or anybody else knows anyone that wants to get down or join, we do it every week. We're doing it for a year. More than welcome to join.
Tag your
You
people.
guys are 16 weeks deep.
Tag your people.
It's going to be 17.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
be
about
week
to be 17.
17. So
Dope.
1752.
Dope, man. Well, I got the vlog on YouTube, youtube.com/Thomas the Franchise. Almost daily vlog, I call it. Different sneaker reviews, different sneaker pickups, all that stuff going on. We have, I've been incorporating really cool drone shots of the city and just new sneakers, new stuff coming. Jordan, Adidas is killing it right now. Obviously, everybody knows that. So, yeah, just check out the vlog. And until next time, it's the Misinformed Podcast, and it's better be misinformed than uninformed.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.